Thank you very much. So, first of all, hello, I'm Stavros Tsitouras. I'm a partner at reframe.food. Before I begin, I would like to thank the organizers for the invitation in this wonderful event. So, for the next 8 minutes, I'm going to talk about the Path4Med open call and the project. I promise I'm going to keep the time in 8 minutes so everybody can go to enjoy your lunch. So, let's move on to the next slide. Perfect. So before I begin, a few words about reframe.food. As we like to call ourselves a forward-thinking organization, we are a non-profit organization, and we're focusing on innovation, technology, and sustainability of the agri-food sector. We like to say that we at reframe.food are the link between research, innovation, and commercialization, or in other words, we transform research and innovation ideas into market-ready solutions. So how do we do that? How do we achieve that? By actually focusing on utilizing our expertise, which revolves around communication, dissemination, and exploitation, business mentoring, pilot testing, financial support to third parties, open calls that we're going to talk now, and of course, acceleration and capacity building activities. So, a few words about the project, Path4Med. Actually, Path4Med leads the way in developing pathways to eliminate water and soil pollution in the Mediterranean region, but not only there, focusing on sustainable agricultural management practices and monitoring technologies. In a nutshell, the project aims to achieve economic, social, and environmental sustainability, ensuring the well-being of people, of course, and ecosystems. We engage in the project multiple stakeholders, and we co-develop and demonstrate scalable solutions, as we will see. So, a little bit about the open call purpose and the objective. So, the purpose of the open call is actually to build the capacity of public authorities, so we're focusing on public authorities, to implement these innovative solutions that I talked earlier, that reduce fertilizer use, and also to prevent and minimize pollution from excess nutrition. How are we going to do that? So in the project, we will utilize a series of demonstrators, sites, which will be developed under the Living Labs approach. And then these solutions that we're going to be developing in the Living Labs are going to be placed in the hands of the public authorities. So the public authorities will be able to actually further assess, test, and develop these technologies. Of course, since we're talking about public authorities, we're not asking for them to, to develop the technologies themselves, but rather to test them and scale up and promote them. Now, let's go to the details. So, about the open call overview, we see here the dates. The launch will be on October 31st, 2025. So we still have many time to, to apply. It's 1 year from now, but we're still running forward. The projects, we're going to fund 5 projects with a single entity applicants. The funds, we're going to distribute 500,000 euro. So it's going to be 100,000 euro per project. And the duration of the project is going to be 9 months, which is divided in 3 different phases. The first phase would be the feasibility for 1 month. The second, the replicability, which is going to last for 5 months. And of course, we have the scalability for 2 months. Now here, who can apply? The call is open to local or national public authorities from the countries that are associated with Horizon, of course, except the partners, the countries that are partners in the project. You can see here on the right, actually, the map of the countries that are eligible. And since we are here, I want to point out, of course, that as you can see, the Baltic Sea countries are eligible. So we're talking about Estonia, Finland, Lithuania, of course, and Sweden, among other countries. And which are the eligible partners? They can be local governments, regional authorities, national authorities, public agricultural agencies, and so on and so forth. Just to let you know, because we're still formulating the call, so the partners, the organizations that are going to be able to participate, we're still working on that in order to be more inclusive, but this is just a first indicative list. So, let's see now the roadmap of the open call and the timeline. So, as I said earlier, the open call will start on 31st of October until December of 2025. Then we have the second phase, which is a check for eligibility. Then we have the evaluation by external evaluators, which I'm going to talk about it later on. Then we have the contracting phase, and then of course we have the implementation and the monitoring. So we expect for everything to be finished by the 31st of March 2027. Now a few words about the proposal evaluation, the eligibility criteria. As we said earlier, the call is going to be open to all public authorities in the countries that I mentioned earlier. We have to apply as a single entity, so there is no cooperation here. Also, existing consortium members cannot participate, as I said earlier. They have to be aligned, of course, the proposal with the open call requirements, as they will be published. And, of course, the work has to be carried out after the selection process. And the proposal submission should be done on a timely manner on the deadline. One thing I want to point out is that all the proposals will be submitted through our open call platform, and we as reframe.food have a very big experience in running open calls, so we have our own platform in order to ensure effective applications and, of course, the transparency of the call. And talking now about transparency, let us have a look at the role of the evaluators. So 2 independent evaluators will evaluate the proposals. The evaluators who have a background in business or evaluating similar proposals in the past have to have some sector-specific knowledge, of course, what we're doing. They have to have no connection, of course, with the consortium. And we will be looking for external evaluators in the next period. So if any of you are interested to be an evaluator, you just keep your eyes open in the next period in order to see the call. And my last slide is that. Just so if you want, you can have a look at the project. And also there is a special link about the open call, which now has a few information, but it's going to be enriched in the future. So that's about it. I promised that I will keep it in 9 minutes, and I did. Thank you very much, and enjoy the lunch.